How long has this been on that trolley? Well, you've been tittle-tattling. I've had ice lollies hotter than this.
Could I possibly see Mr. Sugden for a few moments, please? I know it's not visiting till this afternoon, but I brought a few things he might need.
Oh, you're his wife?
Gracious no, his landlady.
Oh, very well. Just a few minutes. He's quite a character, isn't he?
One on his own.
Before the reorganisation of the NHS, we used to have a matron in overall charge.
I know. I've done hospital voluntary work for several years. Some of them were real dragons. Nothing was ever right.
Well, since Mr. Sugden's moved in, it's as though nothing's changed. Makes me quite nostalgic, really.
I bet it's dead good staying in a big hotel.
Oh, well, it's not all sunken baths and room service, you know, Tracy. I mean, I usually get the room next to the bloke who's up all night counting coat hangers or flushing the loo.
Well, I hope you come back in a better temper.
That's a bit off, Trace.
Well, it's true. All this stupid business with my dad's making you dead ratty.
I wouldn't call it stupid, Tracy.
Well, I would, and so do all my mates.
What, you discuss it with them?
Yeah, and they all think it's stupid. Fiona's dad got married again. She went to Disney World with him and his wife and their new little boy.
Lucky Fiona.
What is it they're worried about? That's what I want to know. What is it they're not telling me?
Nothing. They're just keeping you in for observation to make sure there's no further damage.
It's not me they want to keep their eye on, it's her. She's blooming mental. She's a danger to society. I've given strict instructions she's not to be allowed in.
It was an accident, Mr. Sugden. I'm sure Mrs. Pearce is as sorry as you are about what happened.
Yes, but she's not lying here on a bed of pain, is she? Ruining her digestive system with fatty bacon and India rubber eggs. And stone-cold tea.
Are you feeling a bit better now?
Do you know, love, I couldn't have stayed in that house this morning by myself, thinking about what might have happened.
But for Percy, it might have been you in the hospital, eh?
Yeah, soon it had been. Do you know, love, I wouldn't willingly out one of the few hairs he's still got on his little grey head.
I'm sure he knows that, Phyllis. You know, they do say that when a person saves somebody's life, they form an undying bond.
An undying bond? Is that right?
Yeah, well, it's just a theory, Phyllis.
Oh, but you don't kid, you've made me feel tons better. I'll be seeing you. Ta-da, love.
Phyllis. Poor old Doc. She's had a nasty shock. Just trying to cheer her up.
Well, you certainly did that. She's probably gone rushing off now to buy a slinky little number for a wedding reception.
Is it true what Phyllis says about Mike starting at the bottom again as an errand boy?
Oh, the poor old duck didn't get a nasty enough shock to stop her passing on the gossip then.
Is it true?
Well, of course it's not. It's just that spiteful Don Brennan getting his rotten little home back. I mean, Mike, an errand boy, honestly.
He's not a partner, though, is he?
Peter Ingrams and him have a business association. I do not inquire into the details.
Come on, Alma. I'm not Don. I'm not going to gloat if Mike has come down in the world. You don't have to put a front on for me, you know.
No, I know I don't, lovey. Or maybe I'll do it for him.
Well, I hope he appreciates it.
You know, I never wanted to know about other people's problems. I mean, if they made me miserable, I just walked away. But this is different. Hey, do you think I finally flipped in my old age?
It's absolute baloney, Peter. The bloke got it all wrong.
He seemed pretty definite to me.
Oh, come on, you know Brennan. I mean, he's not exactly the smartest of blokes, is he? Easy for him to get the wrong end of the stick.
Maybe not.
Look, I know him from old. His wife used to work for me.
Just like you work for me, eh, Mike?
In a manner of speaking. His wife's a machinist.
And you're a sales rep. You're not a partner. You're not a director. You're a sales rep and not in a manner of speaking.
OK, I got carried away with the old Patty. He'd have probably done the same in my shoes.
I wouldn't have been stupid enough to be in your shoes. You had it all and you blew it.
Now, just a minute.
You showed lousy judgment. Not once, but twice. Looks like you're losing your touch.
All right, sir, I'm losing my touch. Gives you pleasure, that does it?
Not in the slightest. I just don't want you getting careless while you're working for me. You're still a damn good salesman. And that's what I pay you for, right?
Right. So will there be anything else, sir?
Play your cards right, and you could have a good thing going here. Don't let that king-size ego of yours wreck it, huh?
There's nothing you can do till you come back from Harrogate anyway, so off you go and have a good time.
I don't think that's exactly the object of the exercise, Emily. I mean, what would the ratepayers say?
Deirdre, you're still a young woman, a very attractive one. How long is it since you let your hair down and had some fun?
Well, I must say, you don't have a lot of laughs when your husband leaves you for another woman.
I'm absolutely serious. Forget your troubles for a couple of days.
And if after a couple of brandies at the hotel bar, a good-looking delegate starts to chat me up?
Well...
By heck, Emily Bishop, you wouldn't have said that in the old days.
Well, there's a lot of things I wouldn't have said in the old days.
Anyway, I've got to find a good-looking delegate first, or even a half-decent one. I've been to these conferences before. Oh, Emily, I don't want anybody else. I wish it was Ken seeing me off. I wish it was Ken waiting for me when I come home. Why the hell did everything have to change?
All right, for son. You're not going away this year? Oh, yeah. We'll probably jet off to Scarborough or something for a few days. See the mother-in-law.
I mean a proper holiday. Sun, sand and sangria. To mention a bit of the other.
Hey, wait till you join the real world, mate. We've got a mortgage to pay. Get the chance, let it fetch the interest rates down a bit, and we might be talking.
I fancy one of these Club 1830s, me.
Yeah? Who are you going with?
You don't take coal to Newcastle, Pellick. It's a different little bird on menu each day, innit?
You know, my salad say he was a right sexist pig.
Yeah? And what would you say?
Well, I refuse to answer, on grounds it might incriminate me.
I'll bet. Just imagine yourself now, rubbing suntan all over this gorgeous bird with tiny bikini on.
Which one of you lucky lads is going to fix my motor for me?
He can. Take his mind off tiny bikinis.
Oh, you're one of those lads, are you?
One of which lads?
One of those who ogles page 3 girls.
Well, has been known to give him a passing glance in his time.
Well, if you want your car fixed by a monk, you know. Brother Webster's your man.
Don't bother me, it's what makes the world go round. Personally, I can never see why they make such a fuss about beauty contests. If a girl's got a good body, what's the harm in men admiring it?
Ask Garcelle. She'd give you a few hundred reasons why.
I mean, the day Des isn't turned on when I walk in and my see-through night is the day I walk out. What good's marriage without a bit of spice? Eh, Kev? Let me know when it's done.
She for real?
She's winding you up, mate. This is what stick in the mud you are.
Yeah, I don't know where she gets that idea. And I didn't much care for a crack about monks either.
Are you worried about her?
I'll tell you who should be worried about her. That old man. It's not safe to be out on the streets. Right, back to work.
I meant what I said about forgetting your problems. Tracy will be fine.
I just wish she hadn't gone off in a huff this morning.
She'll have cooled down by the time you come back.
Will you try and make her understand, Emily? I mean, she's closed her ears to me. She might listen to you.
You're going to miss your train. Just go and stop worrying. Everything will be all right.
Yeah, in 100 years' time, maybe. Oh. All right. I'll see you, Mum. Thank you.
Oh, it's all right. Now, don't worry about it at all.
248, please.
Hey, Sal, if you get fed up working here, will you give me a nod?
Why do you want me job?
I'd not say no. There's not worse than waking up in the morning and wondering what the heck you're going to do with yourself all day. Do you know I must have tidiest airing cupboards at Northern Union?
Well, can't you get anything in your online then?
No, not so far, love. I never thought I'd see the day when I'd envy Vera Duckworth.
See ya.
Hello, Emma.
Oh, hi, how's Mr Sugden? Poor old Andrew, flattened on his own zebra crossing.
Oh, he's in fairly good fettle apart from his ankle, although to hear him you'd think he'd had a heart-lung transplant.
Oh. Hey, I'm going to do him a jam sponge. I'd bake him his favourite fruitcake on it, might lay on his little tummy, you know, while he's stuck in bed.
That's very kind of you, Mrs. Pierce. If you drop it in later, I'll take it with me when I go.
I'll take it myself. You don't think I'm not going to visit a man that's crippled himself, saving my life?
I think it might be wisest if you left it for a few days. He's in a state of some emotional distress.
Well, naturally, after what he's gone through at his age. No, that is where he wants his friends rallying round him. 2 o'clock visiting, isn't it?
Yes, I believe so.
I'll be there, on the dot. Do you know, I can just see his little face light up when he sees me walking towards him down that ward.
All set for the big move, Maeve?
Oh, Derek laughs at me because I'm getting superstitious about even talking about it. But after what happened to Audrey and Alf, I'll not believe it's true until I'm actually living there.
Oh, you'll be okay, Carl.
Oh, I hope so. You know, I know it sounds pathetic, but this is the first real home of my own I've ever have had.
I had to wait a bit longer than most for that as well.
Well, I suppose we're both late starters in a sense, aren't we? Still, at least we got to the finishing line.
Question is, was the race worth entering in the first place?
Well, of course it was.
Yeah, you're right.
Give the thirsty man a drink, Alec.
Oh, right. 1 orange juice coming up, bursting with natural vitamins or so, they tell me.
No, I mean a proper drink. I'm going to knock off for a couple of hours. I've been at it since crack of dawn.
Bit strong, that stunt you pulled in here last night.
Why, you didn't half rub Mike Baldwin's nose in the mucky stuff, did
Yeah,
you?
well, he asked for it, didn't he? A cocky little show-off.
He had it coming to him. Do you know, if there's one thing I can't stand, it's a loudmouth.
Right, Gilroy, you've changed your tune. It used to be roll out the red carpet for Mr. Big.
Well, that was when he was Mr. Big, isn't it, Alec? Do you know what? That's one of the best moments I've had in years. Eh? Seeing the expression on that cocky little rat-faced mug. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Look, I've just signed for this recorded delivery. What is it, love?
It's a summons to appear in court. My case comes up March the 23rd.
Yeah. Jam jar's not ready yet, mate. She only fetched her in a couple of hours ago.
That's all right, I didn't come in for that. Well, do you know the bookies in Clegg Street? I want you to put a bet on for me.
Me? You work in a flaming bookies?
It's against the rules, mate. Besides, they know me in Clegg Street. They think I had inside information.
Do you?
Ask no questions. Well, are you game?
No shady, is there?
Would I ask you if there was?
Don't know. Would you?
No way, I wouldn't do the dirty on a mate. Now, don't lose it.
Blimey. Thought you meant a few quid. What have you got it?
500 plus 50 tax. I've written it all down for you. Rushing home in the 3:30 to win. Thanks a lot, mate. See you later. Ta-ra.
See you.
My hero. Do you know this fella saved my life? Hello, love. Are you all right, pet? Are you not wanting to speak, love, because of the pain?
Nonsense, he's doing fine. We're letting him go home tomorrow, aren't we, Mr. Sugden?
He's not damaged any other parts, has he?
What other parts?
His vocal cords.
Oh no, Mr. Sugden's certainly not damaged those.
And he's not speaking to me.
Well, if that's so, it'll be the first time since you woke up this morning, won't it, Mr. Sugden?
I am speaking.
Oh, good.
Only not to her. I thought I gave strict instructions you want to be allowed in.
I can't stand vetting your visitors, Mr. Sugden. Besides, this lady's come especially to see you.
He's a baby homemade sponge, love, light as a feather.
Why aren't you going to say thank you?
What have I got to thank her for? Putting me flat on my back, in here?
You're not flat on your back, you're sitting up. I'm sorry, love, if my shopping bag burst, but it's these shoddy goods they make today, don't they, love?
What kind of apple was it?
I'm sorry, love. I won't do it again, Percy, love.
Oh, you can do what you want. You can do what you want. Just don't bother me in future. Just keep away. Is that asking too much?
I think he's suffering from a bit of concussion. He'll be all right when I get him home, won't you, love?
I don't know. All sounds a bit iffy to me. Give over. It's just that tip, hasn't it? I mean, he must get loads in his business.
Well, if Barnes is prepared to spend a wad like that, I mean, we'd be bound not to have a dabble, wouldn't we?
See, mine's the same thought, mate.
Yeah.
So how much? £5 You know, Miss Kev?
Don't know.
Come on, live dangerously. Father's not going to break you. I mean, put it on when you put his on.
If I put his on.
You said you would. You promised him.
No, I didn't.
I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, well, Barnes will not be best pleased with that now Grump's home and you're still thinking about it.
No, it's my own fault. I've got no one else to blame, as much as I'd like to.
Oh, come on, you can kick me if it makes you feel any better.
No, I wouldn't. I don't suppose Brennan's the only one round here that'd be glad I've got my comeuppance.
Oh, come on, Mike. I mean, it's not that tragic. I mean, you've not lost your job, have you?
Nah. No, it's quite decent about it in the end. Slack the wrist. Told me not to do it again in the future, that's all.
So you are still a high-powered sales executive?
Cut down on the adjectives, will you? That's how I got in this mess.
OK, but you're not in the gutter. I mean, you've got a perfectly respectable job.
Yeah, working for someone else.
No, there's no stigma in that, is there? I mean, millions do.
Not me. I've always been my own boss ever since I was old enough to earn a trust.
Well, maybe it's about time you saw things from the other side of the desk. Give you a better understanding of industrial relations when you do get back in the boss's chair.
You know, some people would take your partner as a bit of a scatterbrain.
She has been known to give that impression. I can't think why.
Nor me. I think she's one of the wisest women I know. Come here, wise woman.
Proposition for you.
And I thought you'd had a hard day.
Let's sell up our few remaining assets and take off.
Where to?
Antigua, the Seychelles. Cut the legs off our jeans and become a couple of beach bums.
Well, apart from the fact that neither of us owns a pair of jeans, sounds a great idea. What's brought this on?
Oh, general disillusionment with the status quo.
Me? Work? Deirdre?
Not you. Work's okay, but it doesn't have the zing it used to have when I was running my own show.
So it's Deirdre?
Well, more accurately, Tracy. It's not a situation I can see easily solved.
Well, running away won't help much.
I wasn't too serious.
I know. So you don't think she'll ever let me see Tracy, then?
Not in the foreseeable future.
Mm.
So damn stupid. Causing all this pain, and especially for a 13-year-old kid.
Well, I suppose she'd say that you're the one who caused it.
If you were in her situation, would you be so bitter and twisted?
I don't know. We all like to think we're civilised, but it's a very thin veneer. Two 721. Tracy! Hello?
No, I'm not on my own. Auntie Emily's there, but she just nipped next door to get a knitting. Only I'm fed up.
And why, love?
My mum's away and there's nothing to do.
Haven't you got any homework?
Did that in games. It were raining. What are you and my dad doing tonight?
Oh, nothing much. Just watch telly, I suppose, or read.
My dad and me used to play Scrabble, but he always won.
He always beats me, too.
I wish I could come and... tell my dad I'll ring back.
What's that?
Wendy. So what if it was?
I shouldn't worry too much either. Don will be okay.
Of course he will. The court will understand why he did it.
You try convincing him. The way he sat there slumped in front of that telly, you'd think you were going to flip an electric chair.
How about a trip on Concorde?
How about a new car? A sexy little Scarlet sports number with personalised number plates. SB1.
You can't get much of a car with 2,000 quid, darling. Not the kind you want.
Be a nice down payment, though. Shouldn't you got the money?
Oh, we can knock on our way home. He's hardly likely to run away with it, is he? Not Kev Webster.
He's a funny little ossity, isn't he? Goes on more like he's 44 than 24.
That Sally's got a right little gleam in her eye, though, hasn't she? I wonder if she ever gets bored.
Hey, you. It's me getting bored you've got to worry about. You are sure he put the bet on?
Yeah, of course. Why?
Well, it's just that he is so square he might have been frightened by the size of it. I mean, I shouldn't think he's ever bet more than 10p in his life, and that was probably on a dead cert.
Do you know, if there's one thing I hate, it's gambling. What would have let it land with Dan Wennon in that time?
Yeah, well, fortunately, I've not got a taxi to lose.
No, but you've got your good name. I know all about that stupid bet that you put on for Des Thingy.
Oh, who's been opening these big gobbers, though, I can't guess.
Yeah, well, does it matter?
Look, Sal, there's nothing shady about it.
So why does he have to get you to be his mug, then? He had no right to ask you to do it, and you had no right to say you would.
Oh, yeah. And just supposing I never put the bet on.
Well, that would have been the sensible thing to do, wouldn't it?
No, it wouldn't. Because rushing home romped home at 4-1.
What the heck's that?
£2.5 grand for Des.
How much?
£500 stake, £2,000 winnings. Just knocked on his door now to give it him, but there's no one in. And ta-da! £100 for a Webster's kitty. Might not take us to Benidorm, but it'll give us a good night out.
Tracy, love, let's not fall out, please. I've kept your supper on a low light. Where are you going?
Out.
Where to? Like it or not, I am responsible for you while your mum's away, and you're certainly not wandering off without telling me where.
All right. I'm going to my dad's.
Oh, you know how your mum feels about you going to...
Wendy's. It's not a swear word, you know. Look, if that's where my dad is, then that's where I'm going.
Oh, Tracy, come back this minute!